Hi guys, we are Group 1. It's a great opportunity and wonderful experience to work for this COIL project. I am Achla. I'm a first year management student at Jindal Global University.
Hi, my name is Laura. I am a third-year student at SUNY Oneonta, and I'm a psychology major.
Hello, my name is Maria. I'm a senior at SUNY Oneonta, and I'm a sociology major.
Hello, myself, Aditya Mishra. I'm from JGU and I'm pursuing my master's in business administration.
So we're going to start off by talking about life on campus. So the campus at SUNY Oneonta is a fairly smaller campus. It has several buildings and dorms, and there's dining halls involved as well. And yeah, we have to go outside to get to different buildings. Each building has different things. There's classrooms and dorms, and overall it does seem to be smaller than JGU, but it is a beautiful campus.
So just like SUNY Oneonta, our campus is also vibrant. It's big and it have different blocks designated for the students to live. Out here, it's called hostels. We have different hostels for the boys and girls, and there are some designated hostels for the faculties too. And it's quite lush green.
So there are several courses offered at SUNY Oneonta. On the slides right now is shown not all, but a lot of the majors that are available at Oneonta. And in these majors, there are several different classes that go along with it. So as you can see, there's many classes. But yeah, so you have a wide range of options for any classes you'd like to take. So it all depends on your interest in your major.
At Jindal Global University, we have 9 schools. As you can see, law, business, international affairs, government and public policy, liberal arts and humanities, journalism, banking and finance, art and architecture, and young global business leader program. We can choose electives from different schools as well. We have this facility that students from business can take electives from law as well, or from their choice, whichever school they want to. So this kind of freedom we have at JGU to choose our electives from different schools as well.
So next we're going to talk about the academics. So at SUNY Oneonta, there are several different kinds of lecture halls. Some are made for a larger class that can fit up to 100 students, and some are smaller classrooms, so that fits in between 20 to 40 students. It all depends on the class and your major and the subject. But overall, there are different buildings for each major. Like for the art classes, almost all of the art classes are in the fine arts building. Another example is a lot of psychology classes are in Fitzell Hall. They are not exclusively for those buildings, but it's a majority. But yeah, so every classroom is a little bit different, but we do have a wide range of lecture halls available at SUNY Oneonta.
Yeah, so at JGU, we also have these lecture halls, which usually have accommodation capacity of 50 to 60 students per classes. And we also have different designated halls for different like community lectures, community houses. And we also have all the basic amenities which a class should have. Like we have the projectors, which on which we can present and interact with the class. Yeah.
So in SUNY Oneonta, we have the Milne Library, which is located around the center of the campus. And we have three different floors, and different floors symbolize like the amount of volume that there could be in the library. So some like sections of the floors, you have to stay quiet. Other sections, you could have group members. So it really varies based on what you want to do. We are usually open till like 11 or 12. The only time we're open 24 hours is during finals week. In the library, we have access to printers, computers. We could also practice certain presentations. We do have access. We do have access to like certain boards that we could use, and we also have a $15 print quota, and that's offered every semester.
At JGU, we have a global library. You can see this pic. It's a pic of the global library at JGU. We have a reading room as well. It's open for majority of the time. During examination, it is open for longer time. Even on weekends, we have the library is opened and we can use the library facility. We have books. We have a huge number of books of different specializations. We can avail the library facility and take the books, and it is included in the fees as well. Different research papers, we can work for our research papers, and we have the internet facility as well. In the reading room, we can take our laptops, we can study there. The atmosphere is very nice. People spend most of the time in the library studying and doing their research work during examinations. This is all about JGU's library.
So next we're going to talk about the dorms or hostels. We have several dorms at SUNY Oneonta, and they're separated by like there are freshman dorms, so it's first year students. There's also a transfer building, so the majority of students in that building are transfers, and there are also upperclassmen dorms for sophomore, juniors, and seniors. They're not divided by females and males, so you may live next door to a male if you're a female, and vice versa. Including in the dorms, there are study rooms, common rooms, and vending machines, so you can get snacks and drinks. And it's pretty lenient in the dorms. There's not many rules except you have to sign in after a certain point at night. You have to go to the front door. The door's locked. But there's no hours when you have to come back. Also, there are quiet hours. So after a certain time, I believe it's 11 p.m., you have to stay quiet. And yeah, overall, it's a good place for students to live together and study and enjoy their time together.
Okay, so the hostels at JGU are a bit different as it goes for boys and girls have different hostels. They don't live by the next doors, and every hostel have all the basic amenity which a hostel or a dorm have or should have. And so it do include the common rooms where people can hang out. They can play games, they can watch television, and interact with other peers, do their work. And yeah, we do have some time limitation when we have to come into the when we have to get in, when we get out. But it's a bit kind of leverage that the master students have because they can go out at 11 p.m. and that won't be any much of a problem. It's not much of a problem for the undergrads too, but yeah, that's about the hostel life at camp at JGU.
So SUNY Oneonta has a variety of sports for both men and women. And because we are a state university school, we do compete against other state university schools. So We also have different seasons which we play different sports. So I think right now we're at a soccer season because our school doesn't have football. And we also have intramural sports, which is basically like we don't compete against other state universities, but we do have sports in the school and we could play against each other. So that's just like in case if you, for example, if you want to play football, you could start like a whole intramural sport for football and you could just play with other like students on campus.
At JGU, apart from academics, we do care about the health and the fitness of the students. We have a good amount of indoor and outdoor sports at JGU. Outdoor sports, talking about outdoor sports, we have basketball court, we have swimming pool for the students, we have we have badminton court for both boys and girls. So, and there are coaches to train us so that we can participate in different events. Leagues and tournaments are held quite frequently. We have inter and intra tournaments as well. So there is a healthy environment where there are different clubs for different kind of sports. Like we have cricket club, basketball club, badminton club, where we can take the membership and get trained by a mentor. So this is about the sports at JGU.
So for indoor games at Sony Oneonta, we do have something called the Dragon Slayer, which is located in a building called Union. And what they do there is they have different video game consoles such as the Wii, the Xbox, the PS4, and students at Oneonta only have access to it and they have to reserve a few hours in advance if they want to be there. And you could also rent the whole place, but that's something you would have to pay yourself. We also have indoor games in the halls. So we have pool, we have foosball. We also could talk to like the residential advisors, and they sometimes have board games that we could play in the halls if we get bored.
Yeah, so just like Sunny Honda, we at JGU, we also have these indoor games. So these indoor games which we can play these games, they are usually called common rooms, which we are provided with foosball, uh, snooker, pool, and carom. So many different league games also do happens there. So for that time, we don't usually rent the place, but yeah, it's kind of a kind of a common sense that people just move away and let the league happen. So yeah.
So next we're going to talk about the dining halls, or as at JJU they like to call them, canteen. So there are 3 dining halls at SUNY Oneonta. One of the dining halls are actually in a dorm building, but the other 2 are separate buildings. And you gain access into the dining hall through a dining plan, or you can pay out of pocket yourself. And with a dining plan, you can go to the dining hall as many times as you want throughout the day. There's no limit. And they serve a variety of food. They have Chinese food, they have sandwiches, salads, even in a station where you can cook your own food. So there's a wide variety, and yeah, it's catered by Sodexo, and yeah, that's it.
Just like SUNY Onta, we too have a good dining facility. We have 3 dining halls, and it is catered by Sodexo, just as SUNY Onta. And Indian, Chinese, Italian, South Indian, different cuisines are served. And the system is very simple. Though we can pay and eat for the outsiders, they can pay and eat, and for the students, it is free. It is included in the fees as well. And we have a huge variety of food every day. Different kind of dishes are served, different desserts, and it's really hygienic and delicious. So this is all about the canteen facility.
So next, I'm going to talk about fitness. So there are two main gyms on campus. That's the Chase Gym as well as alumni. And there are also gyms in, I believe, every dorm on the first floor or the basement of the dorm buildings. So there are many options of gyms on campus, and in the gyms includes anything you need, such as weights, treadmills, ellipticals, that found in a gym would be found in the gym at SUNY Oneonta. Um, you can gain access as a student with your ID card. Scan your ID card to gain access into the building, to the gym, and yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to fitness in JGU, we also have gyms for which we don't have to pay because the fee is already inclusive in the fee that we pay for the institution or the tuition fee. So we also have different gym equipments, all the equipments that a gym should have, and the timings are pretty flexible. They're open all the way to 12 p.m. and they're also open from 5 a.m. So yeah, the timings are pretty flexible. It's a good environment.
We have a lot of extracurriculars in SUNY Oneonta, but what really stands out is Greek life. And basically, for Greek life, a student has to pledge for a semester. And once they're inducted into Greek life, whether it's like certain fraternity or sorority, they host different events for the school. They do volunteer work. And it's something that really looks good on your resume. And it really builds up a lot of leadership, which is why a lot of people sign up for it. It's mostly provided by like a lot of state university colleges. So it's probably like a very popular thing. Yeah.
Talking about the extracurricular at JGU, one of the major cultural event which we have at JGU is Biswamil. Recently, we had this event held in 2019 from 18 to 20th October, and students participate with great enthusiasm. There are different cultural programs held, different music concerts, dance competition, art competition, different kinds. So 3 days, it's a 2 days fest, and all students, they wholeheartedly participate. They wait for this event to come so that they can party, celebrate, and enjoy this fest. And one more fest we have, that is Magnus, that will be coming in 2020 around Feb. So overall, we have two main events, Biswamil and this Magnus. DJ night, Bollywood night is held in these events, and we get a good number of sponsorships as well for these events. It is hosted by the students of Jindal Global University, and we host this event and we call the celebrity. Like recently, we had called the celebrity, Bollywood celebrity, to engage students, and we had a wonderful Bollywood night. So this way we enjoy these 2 days apart from our hectic and busy schedule of our studies and exam. This is a good changeover. So students enjoy a lot. That's it.
So a main event we have here in Oneonta is called O-Fest, and the purpose of this event is to bring everybody together, whether it's the community of Oneonta or the two main colleges here, which is SUNY Oneonta and another college called Hartwick. And what we do is during the daytime, we have a festival right in the center of the city. So everybody's invited. They have food. They have certain little events like face paintings, little live performances. And then in the nighttime, we have like a main event, like we have a concert. And in this concert, the artist who was chosen by the students from SUNY Oneonta and Hartwick. So this is an event that happens every once a year in April, and everybody basically looks forward to it.
Yeah, so just like on Yonta, we also have some of the events like Magnus, Bisfamil, as earlier Ashla already told you about Bisfamil. We also have one of the event that is all hosted by the students of JGU. And in Magnus, it is actually kind of um, overall event in which many things like games, party, and some local Bollywood celebrity or a musician usually comes, and we have a good night at JGU.
So for cultural activities, SUNY Oneonta, we don't really have a lot, but one that we really stick to every year is Halloween in the halls. And what we do in Halloween in the halls is we have students who live on campus who buy candy, and then in the nighttime, like from probably 5 to 8, we have little kids, whether it's from elementary school up to high school with their parents, and they go around campus with a tour guide and they go to every home collect candy. And the reason we do this is because Halloween isn't really celebrated in Oneonta, so we kind of want to keep that tradition of Halloween, which is why the students decide to volunteer to do this. And it's really something that we all enjoy, you know, even the college students get into it and also dress up, which is always fun.
Talking about JGU, we have students from different cultures and we respect people from different cultures. So here it's a global university and people are from different cultures. Students are from different cultures. So in order to engage and participate and celebrate and to develop our culture, we celebrate Diwali, it's an Indian festival. Diwali, Holi, Onam. These are the Indian festivals. And apart from that, we do celebrate Halloween just as we are celebrating it with lots of enthusiasm. And as you can see in the picture, the first slide speaks about the Diwali celebration, which recently we had. It's a festival of lights. And you can see in the slide the beautiful strong work. It's written Diwali. So Rangoli, because we call it a Rangoli. It's drawn on the floors, and a competition is held to draw. People draw it by hand, and whoever draws it in the best manner and most beautifully is given the prizes. But it's during the festival, draw this Rangoli, and you can find it in everyone's house as well. It is drawn. So in order to inculcate that culture at JGU as well and to celebrate this Diwali festival, recently we have had this Rangoli festival. So not only Indian festival, but we celebrated Halloween week as well. So we celebrate all festivals with equal fervor and joy.
So in SUNY Oneonta, we have the Health and Wellness Center, and all students have access to it. And the way it works is when we first pay our bill, we have the choice to either accept the student's health insurance or we could put in our own insurance. And during the semester, whenever you need to go to the Health and Wellness Center, you go to an online health portal and you set up an appointment with a doctor or a physician. And basically, when you do that, it tells you like to list the symptoms, and you do that, and it gives you like the closest date where you could come in. We also offer counseling services, and for SUNY Oneonta students, we have 10 free individuals counseling services, and then anything after that will be group counseling. But it's really good because they do have professionals helping you out, and they'll always accept you even if it's like a last minute counseling. Like they'll try their best to accommodate to your needs.
So when it comes to medical facilities, JGU also offers various facilities for the students. Both so we all the medical facilities which student experiences or take benefit from are all inclusive in the fee, in the tuition fee that we pay. And we have mental care facilities where students can go and consult. So it's a very added advantage, and they are very focused towards the mental and physical well-being of the students at JT.
Now, coming to the similarities, what we could find between JGU and SUNY Onta. Yesterday, we had a very good conversation with our teammates, and after going through the conversation, what we could sum up was we both have classes on weekdays. We have a good amount of studies. We too have the same grading system, like grade A, B, C. We both have experienced faculty. We have 2 semesters that roll in spring. And life in campus at JGU and SUNY Onta are safe. Students study, read, they participate in different clubs, they take the membership, they hang out with their friends at Starbucks and in different food courts. So overall, life is more or less same at both the places. Talking about evaluation and grading system at both the places, at JGU and SUNY Onta, we both have final exams and we are evaluated on that, on the basis of our examinations. It might be a written examination, or it can be presentations, it can be reflected writing. But overall, we have final examinations on the basis of which we are evaluated. And last but not the least, talking about the fooding, we both have the same catering services, that is SUDEC at both the places. So we share a lot of similarities between us, and it's very nice working together for this project.
So I'm going to talk about some of the differences that were discussed between JGU and SUNY Oneonta. So at JJU, they have students that are from Canada and abroad. Final placement services are offered. They only have vegetarian food served in dining halls. They have some classes on the weekends, no job during study, and they are required to stay on campus in a hostel, and internships are mandatory. Now for SUNY Oneonta, the majority of the students are New York residents, so they're not from abroad or many different places. However, there are some students that are from other places, other states, and other countries, but the majority are from New York. Students have to search for jobs themselves, and the dining halls serve non-vegetarian food as well as vegetarian food. They have options of meat, unlike JGU. And there are no evening classes. However, we do have evening classes that can go up to 9 p.m. During the week. We do have jobs during study. There is not a requirement to stay on campus after your sophomore year. You are allowed to live off campus in either an apartment or a house. And internships are not necessary, but it does depend on your major. Some majors do require it, but it's not an overall requirement in school. So that is all the differences between JGU and SUNY Oneonta, and that brings us to the end of our presentation.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
so much.